Good morning, dear students. How are you all? I hope you are all doing good. So, in the last classes, we have discussed about the solar system, and so we have discussed about the 8 planets. Is it now? So, today in this class, let us discuss about the satellites. What is satellites? The satellites are the two small celestial bodies. The satellites are two small celestial bodies. The satellites do not have their own heat and light. The planets also do not have their own heat and light. In the same way, the satellites also do not have their own heat and light. But they're shine brighter, they're shine in the night sky. Why? Because they are reflected from the sunlight. And the planet, in the last class I said, the planets are revolving around the sun. In the same way, the satellites also revolves around the planets. While the planets are revolving around the sun, the satellites also revolves around the planets. Okay, so when the satellites are move along the planets are moves or revolves around the sun, in the same way the satellites also move along the planets. For example, when the earth when the earth is revolving around the sun at the same time, so the moon also moves along the earth in the same way. So when the planets are revolving around the earth, so the satellites of that planets also moving around along with them. So there are two types of the satellites are there. Which are the two types of satellites? One is natural satellites and one more is artificial satellites. Okay. So now let us discuss about one by one. First, let us discuss about the natural satellite. So the natural satellite of our Earth is Moon. Moon is the natural satellite, and Moon is the only one natural satellite of the Earth. See, this is the Earth and this is the Moon. So the Moon is only the one natural satellite of the Earth. And so what is the distance of the Moon from the Sun? Sorry, what is the distance between the Moon and Earth? The distance of between the Moon and Earth is 3,84,400 kilometer. The 3,84,400 kilometer, and it is the largest and brightest object in the night sky. Which? Moon. The Moon is the largest and brightest object in the night sky. So the Moon, like the Moon also does not have their own heat and light, but the Moon reflects of the light of the sun. So what is the reflect of the sunlight? So that reflects reach the earth within a 1.25 seconds. Okay, the Moon does not have their own heat and light, but it reflects the light of the sun. But this reflect of the light reaches the earth within a 1.25 seconds. Even so, when the sun is the earth is moves or revolving around the sun, it takes 365 days and 6 hours to complete one revolution. So in the same way, the Moon also revolves around the earth. The Moon also revolves around the earth from the west to east direction. Then how long time it takes to complete one revolution? The Moon take 27 days and 8 hours. 27 days and 8 hours to complete one revolution on its orbit. Okay, and it takes a so it takes 27 days and 8 hours to complete one revolution, and at the same time it takes 27 days and 8 hours to complete one rotation also. It takes the same time for both rotation and revolution. Okay, and can the life can exist in the moon? No life exists on the moon because there is no atmosphere. There is no atmosphere, and so the moon shape changes the shape at intervals. So when we can see the moon, full moon night, so we can see the full moon night during the Purnami. It is visible once in a month. It is visible once in a month. Means when the full moon night is appears or when the full moon night is there, it is called Purnima. It is visible only once in a night. And fortnight later, it is not seen at all. So it is called a Amavasya. It is called a Amavasya. Okay, so when the full moon night, it is called a Purnami. So when the moon does not see in the night are called a Amavasya. Okay, so this is about the natural satellite. There are many natural satellites are there, but the moon is the only one natural satellite for the earth. So then other, and so who was the first person walk on the moon? Neil Armstrong. So Neil Armstrong was the USA, means America's astronaut. Neil Armstrong was the USA astronaut. So he was first walk on the moon on 29 July 1969. Okay, so now artificial satellites. So our scientists have sent the many artificial satellites. So in the sky, there are man-made satellites also are there. So these man-made in the sky, what the man-made satellites are there? So these man-made satellites are called a artificial satellites. And so these artificial satellites are designed by the scientists. So what is the help of these artificial satellites? So these artificial satellites help us to gather more information or gather various information about the universe. For example, can the life can exist in the moon, or why it is not possible? Can we can the life can exist in the uh, um, Jupiter, or why it is not possible, whether their atmosphere is there or not, what is the type of soil or what is the temperature. So to get the more information or to gather the various information about the planets, so these nature artificial satellites help us. Okay, and so these artificial satellites are placed in the orbit around the planets, orbit around the planets with the help of the rockets. Okay, artificial satellites in the sky, there are many man-made satellites are there. These man-made satellites are called a artificial satellites, and they are designed by the scientists. What is the uses of artificial satellite? These artificial satellites are help us to collect the more various information about the universe, and these satellites are placed on the orbit of the planets with the help of the rockets. See, this is the artificial satellite. This is the Earth. Okay, so in the next class, let us discuss about the other celestial bodies of the universe.